Hello, friends, enemies, and lovers of adventure, and welcome to the club, the Heck Flame Club. We're going to be playing D&D, other tabletop games here eventually, but we're going to start off with D&D, something everybody knows. Usually when people play D&D, there's a DM who knows a lot and the players who know a little. We're flipping that idea on its head. I have my players who know quite a bit. I know the basic idea of D&D. I've played it. I've DM'd a few times. I'm not an expert. I don't know all the rules. Will my players take advantage of that? Maybe. Will I let them? Definitely. We're going to start the introductions from this side of the table and go around.
All right. I'm Summer, and I am playing as Cleo Fairchild, a druid.
Nice. Go for it.
I am playing as Emane Tothana, a high elf wizard, level 5, not 3, and most definitely the smartest person in the room. Always.
I'm Santi, and I'm going to be playing Lord Biswa. He's a barbarian level 3, or level 2, my bad, and a druid level 3. Update that. But anyway, as far as looks go, he looks like me, just if he didn't eat chicken nuggets and worked out. So, and he's 6'8". So we're gonna have fun being the stereotypical barbarian.
Then we have 5'1".
If you want to look at that, King.
Hello, I'm Alex, and I am playing the samurai fighter. His name is Drumar. He's a Minotaur samurai because I saw those two, and I just thought, why not? Yeah, this is going to be fun.
Absolutely.
And real quick, because I didn't get to my name, I'm Deuce, by the way.
For sure.
FYI.
FYI.
Alright, I think we're just going to go ahead and get into it since we started a little bit later, so we're just going to go ahead and kick right off into it. This isn't, I'll just let everybody know, this isn't going to be a module, this is a original story, so, enjoy.
And, the reason we're late is because we totally didn't forget to level up right before.
Totally. We're professionals, guys. We're professionals here, all right?
Yeah, so we totally weren't scrambling to do that right before the podcast.
We're professionals. We don't do that. So, here we go. Long ago, there were 7 colossal turtle islands: Drakir, Remos, Itnas, Iswed, Zella, Leomas, and Alimsu. They all had their own life and foliage evolving on them. They were so far apart that the ancient people took a while for them to sail to each island. The ocean is the currents are crazy, the waves are huge. It's almost impossible to sail on except for 2 days out of each year. It's almost entirely impossible to sail. So once technology grew and airships were created, it was easier to get from island to island, and people started to trade. There was commerce. There was a lot of riches to be shared amongst everybody. But as technology grew, so did greed, and eventually there was war. It led to a great war, and unfortunately the death and ultimate sinking of 2 of the turtle islands, Alimsu and Leomas. Some of the refugees of those islands, the Dragonborns of Leomas, made it off the island, and some of the elves survived from Alimsu and now live in the city of Bonatania on Itnas, and they are culturally agoraphobic, except for one who goes beyond the scope of most elves. But yeah, so the elves are culturally agoraphobic. They never leave the city of Bonatania. And let's see. And currently, after the sinking, there was a brokerage of peace among all the Turtle Islands. There's a unity amongst them, amongst the islands, the neighboring islands, but there's still seems to be some turmoil going on in the islands themselves, but there's peace among each one of their neighbors. Let's see. So, I'll go ahead and describe the remaining islands, the 5 remaining islands. The island of Drakir, at the moment, is mostly inhabited by bullywugs, the tortoise people, things like that. But they're being slowly moved out of their homelands by the Dragonborn, who they found refuge on that island when Leoma sank, and eventually one of the Dragonborn decided to subjugate the island and is slowly moving his way through. The other islands don't want to get involved. They fear another giant war and fear another sinking, and so none of the other essentially governments kind of want to be involved in that. So they're leaving the bullywugs and all the other native people to kind of defend themselves against this dragonborn horde. Essentially, they've taken over a good portion of that island. The native people hire some mercenaries and things like that as much as they can, because they can only fight so hard, but they're doing what they can there. The island of Ramos is a desert island. It's a desert valley where the people inside there, they trade amongst themselves as best as they can. They have oasis towns and stuff like that to kind of trade amongst themselves and to survive in the oases. There are raiders throughout the desert trying to just take whatever they can. The desert is surrounded by snow-capped mountains, and in those mountains are Yeti almost year-round, except for in the harsh winter when they go and hibernate. But the winters are so harsh and so rough that it makes it very, very hard to navigate the mountains because of all the snow and stuff. So the people in the desert are essentially left to themselves for the most part. Eastwed is about a third of that whole island is ruled by the Goblin King and the Goblin Kingdom. Another third, some time ago, was ravaged by demons and vampires and devils and all kinds of things. The Goblin Kingdom and some of the other kingdoms try to hire mercenaries and try to hire bands of heroes to try and stop the waves of devils and demons, but they were unfortunately no use. The Goblin Kingdom essentially erected just giants like wood spiked walls around the area to keep the evils contained, and he has patrols of goblins and stuff patrolling it and keeping the area free of anything that may try to come over or come through the wall or anything. And another third of the island is just wild area. It just has wild animals and giant creatures just kind of strolling the wilderness and stuff like that. The island of Itnas. It is essentially, think of, it's essentially like LA, New York, all these big cities, one right after the other, right after the other, right after the other. It's big metropolitan cities.
Can you spell that?
ITNAS.
ITNAS. Thank you.
Yeah. It's just nothing but metropolitan cities, and the pretty much the only like woods and like nature you'll find there pretty much are essentially like the Central Park type parks, or the
basically protected areas because they're
areas, yeah.
pretty.
Yeah, national parks, conservation
Not
areas.
because people care, just people
Right.
like to see green.
Right, because people miss the trees and they don't want all the trees gone on it. And us, it's fairly easy to get a airship ride, but you don't want to have to if you can walk right outside and there's trees.
It's just difficult to breathe unless you're born and raised there.
Right.
Adaptation.
And then we have the island of Zella, Xela. Zella is a land. It's an island. When the sinking happened, the Turtle Island was so new and so far from all the other ones that when the two Turtle Islands sank, that one was so far distant from everyone else that it became extremely difficult to get there, and it evolved later because it was a younger turtle, so it evolved. The life on it evolved a little bit slower and independently of everyone else. So there are still, from the small amount of research that is able to be done, every now and again they're able to get an airship maybe over there, but good luck getting it back, but
Right.
Sometimes every now and again they're able to get a little bit of information from Zella, and as far as anybody can tell, it's essentially a cesspool of early life. It's maybe not a cesspool, but like it's all these early civilizations all trying to get going. You got some good old wigwams. You got some some cave people living in some natural caves. You got some people you got some like Pueblo type structures, just these cities carved into inside of cliffs and stuff like that. They're essentially some people on the island discovered that they could farm with the natural creatures on there, and since they're so early in their development, there's dinosaurs essentially on this island, so they're farming and ranching with dinosaurs.
So these cities, they're carved into like mountains and whatnot,
There's
cave
all
cities.
kinds of different early civilization, just like.
Is this more like
House of Nuts.
Zug Zug, or is it or is it like a little bit more advanced than Zug Zug?
There's not a lot of research on the island, so in terms of communication, not many people really have been able to communicate with any of the locals. Locals seem to be terrified of technology. Not necessarily people, but once they see an airship, they start freaking out and attacking, and hence why it's hard to get any of them back once you get there, and why hardly anybody wants to try. So
Inherently expensive.
Inherently expensive. The people there, they don't mind it's just the technology freaks them out, so nobody's even had the opportunity to try. So nobody really knows if you can communicate with anyone on Zella, if they're just, cave people speaking some kind of primitive, sound language, or or whatever. So
It kind of makes me think, how do they approach magic? Is that their technological route?
Don't know until we find
Because
out.
hard steel and stone is like more of
Sorry,
a.
don't know until you find out.
That's was pretty solid, but
I mean,
Basically today,
Thanks
that
to
was
think
one
about it.
visit.
yeah, exactly.
Did they go? Did they go the magic tree instead of the hard tech tree?
All right. So we'll start our adventure on the island of Itnas, on the coast to be more specific, just outside of one of the national forests, outside of the Itnas National Forest. This is one of the 48-hour periods where the ocean is nice and calm, where you can sail, unfortunately sailing, because the oceans are only calm twice a year, sailing is pretty much, for the most part, prohibited. Nobody's allowed to sail under penalty of law, and most people take airships anyway. They're faster, safer. You can go year-round. And so, speaking of sailing being for the most part illegal, we see a small skiff coming up on this mostly isolated part of the beach, and on this skiff is a high elf named Azumin. And as your skiff comes into shore, you see an old halfling, about 60 years old, got a little beer belly, gray beard and stuff. You see him with his fishing pole, and as you're coming in, he waves at you. It's Roz. You met him last year when you did your test voyage to see if you could get back onto the island. You see if you could get to Itnas.
Apparently it was successful.
You were successful. You
Outstanding.
You made it. You went back to make better preparations, and you came back this year, and Roz gives you a big old wave. He promised to keep your...
Ahoy there!
Ahoy there! He promised to keep your little spot a secret, as long as you kept his secret fishing spot safe.
Secret.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Priorities.
Nice, yeah. Priorities. Yeah. He's like,
right.
nobody knows about my little fishing spot here, Azurman. So you keep my spot safe, and I'll keep your little landing port safe. That's what I'll do.
Of course.
Yeah. So
Fishing is food, is life.
absolutely, and it's fun. I retired for this. He waves at you. He gives you a wave. He runs up to your boat. Hey, Azurman, you need a hand there, son?
Absolutely.
Oh, all right, boy. I'll help you. Bring her in here, and he helps you tug her in. And as you guys are bringing her ashore, he's like, hey, so what brings you into Itnas? Are you here on another test voyage, or you're here to stay, young man?
Oh, I'm just here on another test voyage.
Oh, I see. That's good. Well, how'd you fare this time? I see your boat is a little better looking this time.
All right, fared pretty well, thank you, and keen eyes for an older gentleman.
Oh,
I must
absolutely.
say.
Thank you.
Yes.
I used to be a ranger here at the national forest, so I better have keen eyes.
Yes.
Yes,
I believe I recall that.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for remembering. You're so nice. It's been like about a year since I've seen you.
I know, it's been too long.
Yeah, you look taller. You look
Do I look like I put on any weight?
Oh, I mean, maybe a little muscle. You look buff there, son.
Oh, thank you.
Pandering.
You're looking buff, son. You're looking. Give us a little flex there, boy. Give us a little something. Oh yeah. Oh, that's good. Oh, the ladies will love you. Oh, there's a bar in town. I think the ladies will love you in there. It's looking good, young man.
It's like outside of the game, it's like he's totally leading me on. Ain't no way of getting anyway. I probably lost a pound or two from living in one of the most remote places on the ocean.
He's a nice old man.
Oh,
he's a kind old man. So you're going into town, onto the actual island this time, yeah, son?
Perhaps I could, it's been a long journey, just by myself, so I could definitely use some socializing.
Nice. Yeah, you're on.
And some supplies.
Nice. Yeah, it's day one of the calm seas, as I call it. So you got a whole nother day to go and sail back and just enjoy yourself, young man. In here.
That's right. I didn't calculate that into my travels.
Leisure
Very
time,
good.
boy. Always make time for rest.
Huzzah!
Huzzah, indeed.
I think I might be related to this guy. It sounds so much like my family.
You always want to add in time to rest. And he goes into his pocket and he hands you this little piece of paper. He goes, if you're wanting to go through the national park, boy, that's a lifelong free ticket. I don't need it. They all know me by face. I don't even pull that thing out anymore. I use that, come through the national forest to come to my fishing spot. So you go ahead and take that. You won't even, because you need admission to walk through the forest. So you go ahead and just, if anybody stops you, show them that and tell them Roz sent you.
Why, thank you, Roz.
Oh, of course,
Too
man.
kind.
Of course, I don't even need it anymore, like I said.
Alrighty.
And he's as he's saying that, he's like tying your boat off for you to like this big old boulder that just makes sure that it's nice and safe and everything. And he's like, all right, son, do what you want, enjoy your time, enjoy your leisure time. And he goes and he sits back down in his chair and just casts out his little fucking fishing rod, just sits there and lets it just kind of bounce in the water.
Am I the only one thinking that this guy is probably well off retired if he's got a freaking mechanical?
I wonder how it's possible for him to have a mechanical.
He's living his best life, dude.
That's what I was about to say. It was literally like best life, man.
Dude.
Took the whole
train,
first
dude.
month's pension and put it all into a reel.
Dude, yeah, what else do you need in
Why
life,
not?
man?
So Azuman's about ready to head into town, stops for a second, looks over his shoulder and says, Whereas, what are you doing after fishing tonight?
No, probably whatever I catch, I'm just gonna take back to my little home and cook it up and go to sleep and come back tomorrow and do it all over again.
Alright. I figured as much, but yeah, if you find yourself in town tonight, I will definitely be at the local tavern.
Oh.
And yes, for you, drinks are on me.
Aw, buddy, I'll make sure to add in that leisure time.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to it.
Oh, me too, buddy. And he just sits there keeping his little bob. And so you go ahead and you assume you just go ahead and walk through the forest, the national forest there?
Yep.
Okay, and then as you walk through the national forest,
Sorry.
What are you doing?
Just real
It's
quick.
okay.
As you go through the forest, you see a satyr yelling up at a tree, into the tree, and in the tree you see a familiar face, a pink tiefling, just sitting up there, and he's the satyr ranger is shouting at the tiefling. I said, get down from there! I hate stuttering! You're making me anxious! Ow! I don't like it!
I literally do this.
And he is shouting.
Cleo!
I can't come down and the cat's still up there. I can't come down yet.
What?
Cats will always come down on their own time.
And that's
They're own
also,
creatures.
it's also an endangered animal!
He's exactly why he should be down.
He lives there!
I think he means that it's endangered because of you.
I'm trying to save it.
We are saving it. We are park rangers in a national forest.
Are you not listening to me?
Oh, here we go.
I am saving it. What do you mean?
He just like stared.
Cleo!
Oh, hi!
Yes, you are!
That's
But you should calm down and give me a hug! You scallywag!
Fine, I'll be back.
No, you won't.
Shut up! Listen to me, I know what I'm saying. Alright, I'm coming down. Hold your horses. Comes down. Alright, comes down.
Alright.
That's
Amen. You don't need just saving animals and stuff.
We're saving that.
Shut up! Go home.
I work here. He just like looks at his watch. He's like, my shift is over. He just starts walking, just clomping.
See you
away.
tomorrow.
I hope not. You just hear his clip clopping away as he just.
Does the red button mean we're muted?
No,
Okay, good.
they come here.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
awesome.
That would be funny.
I was just thinking to myself,
This
like,
whole time.
how great it would be for everyone to miss that comedy gold.
Nope, all good.
Alright.
I
What do
checked
you
with
do
the chat.
in your town, as you may?
Okay,
Thank you,
awesome.
I just settled
Thank
in.
you, Chad.
All
Thank
right,
you for-
where you headed?
Small, I'm not gonna lie, small
I'm heading
panic
to
attack
town
moment
looking
right
Small
there.
for
panic
a
attack.
little bit of relaxation as well as supplies.
Starting late,
All right.
freaking, and then
Do you
like
wanna
going
go
for
grab a
I don't
beer?
know how long without any
Hell yeah.
sound.
Let's go.
All right.
We're gonna go grab a beer at the tavern.
Nice. All right, you guys go
I'll
ahead.
get my drink on early.
and-
In game and in real life.
It's it now, for we're saying.
Absolutely.
Pardon?
For sure.
We didn't exactly give you an exit strategy, did we?
I was
Yeah, I know.
think skinny thoughts.
I'm
It's
gonna be
fine.
messing with the camera a little bit, so sorry if these kinds of things make you a little nauseous. Oh, and we're down
Take
to
a
three.
motion sickness pill. It's fine.
Oh, they're just refilling.
I'm just getting
We're gonna go ahead and just refill her a little bit, guys. So go ahead and just give us a quick moment, and we're just we'll be right back.
Commercial.
No, I'm already here.
2.
And we're back. All right. So where we left off. Sorry, just a quick second. Yes, Cleo and Azumin are going to the tavern in town here. When they get to the tavern, you guys open up the door. When you guys open it up, to your left is a band playing. It's a dwarven band. They're just playing some fucking badass like metal music, you know, diggy hole. Anyway, I think that's all I'm allowed to say.
I savvy.
Yep. Try to go off as off key as I could there. If we're allowed to get the rights to that, guys, please and thank you. That would be sick. Anyway. So yeah, they're just a dwarven metal band just playing like crazy. You see that on the dance floor is just a bunch of people just fucking moshing out, just having a good time, going crazy, drinking. There's a half-orc woman in the crowd with a bride sash going around her, and all her like bridesmaids and stuff just fucking rocking out, just going crazy. And you see in the mix with the bride and all the brides, all the maids of honor and all that stuff. You see two very familiar faces with the orc bride. With the half-orc bride on the dance floor, just moshing out, having a good time. You see a 6'8" barbarian, buff, chiseled, fucking with black, a black little mark down his fucking face, just fucking rocking out, and then just a minotaur, in samurai armor, just. Do
not say move.
My bad. I put moves in your mouth. My bad.
Chomping at the bit, huh?
So yeah, they're just going ham, going crazy. Elsewhere in the bar, you see a bullywog kind of in the corner, just. You see him shake, like he's kind of shivering, like the caffeine shakes. He's got a mug in front of him, just kind of shaking. At another table across the way, on the other side of the tavern, you see a green dragonborn and a brown mastiff just going to fucking town on some plates of food.
Nice.
You see the dragonborn just munching down hard. The brown mastiff is also munching down hard on his own separate plate of food, and they've got a stacked up pile of dirty dishes next to them. And you see, you guys see they're just munching down, and then you see the waitress comes up and hands them as she's going to put their new plates of food on the table. They look up, move their dishes to the pile of dirty dishes. And then the dragonborn is like, thank you, and then they just simultaneously go back down, go to ham on their new plates.
Okay.
And then these guys just go into town on the dance floor with this half-orc.
This is the party I'm talking about, man.
As you do. Living their best lives.
Our Lord Rizwan and Drumar here, just going to town. What do you guys do?
Clear my throat. Lord Biswa!
Headbang in there,
Drumar!
and stop, look up.
Sparkle fingers!
Close enough. As you meant, baby.
Oh my god. You guys, I totally saved a cat today. You're welcome.
You see a sage off in the corner. Fuck! Oh!
Don't listen to it.
He's just drinking. He's already got three empty pints of beer next to him, working on another one at the bar. Just going.
That's my friend.
I met him today.
Look at you, Cleo, making friends wherever we are.
We had a friendly 3 hours.
You just hear just banging his head on the fucking damn.
I'll see you tomorrow, buddy.
I'm just gonna go out on a limb here, but I'm guessing that you two have been friends for a good long time.
For the past, I don't know, year.
Oh no!
Well,
Every ranger knows me.
no.
Don't listen to what they say. I am saving those animals, I swear.
Okay. And far be it for me to tell someone what to do, but if I might
That's
make
incredible.
a suggestion.
Sorry.
Save more animals? Okay.
No, hear me out. Perhaps buy that lovely satyr a drink to, seal that year-long friendship.
I lock eyes. I'm coming for you.
He shivers and moves like to another part of the bar to try to avoid your gaze.
I tried.
In fact, he does a little juke move to try to like lose your eyes, so he can so he can like try to like sit in a place and you don't see him.
Just freezes up like a fainting goat.
he's just-
Deer in headlights.
Try to lock eyes with the satyr and be like,
Just that goat scream.
What you guys been up to?
Well, I don't know.
not as much as this guy.
I was about to ask Lord Biswa how we got in this situation. We were just walking down the street and these fine women grabbed us and told us that we had to come to a party, and far be it from me to deny a woman her request.
Yeah?
Lord Biswa somehow lost his shirt.
Huh.
It was small.
As
I don't normally have one on anyway, so whatever.
Oh, there.
we're not judging you.
Grabbing a piece of cloth. There. There's some of it. You sneezed again.
I've got, hey, half orcs have a thing for me. That's all.
Fair enough.
Each to their own, I guess.
But gentlemen, so good to see you again.
It's good to see you too, Sparkle Fingers.
This is gonna be great.
How has your expeditions gone?
Oh, you wouldn't even believe. Oh, where do I even begin? So,
You started them.
Did you get any skulls?
It's been
Biswell's already walking away to get another beer.
Just so
I'm
you guys-
following.
just
Let's
so you
go.
guys-
just
kinda-
talking about.
Just so you guys have context, this is about 4 years after the events of Eastwood. 4 years total. So,
Because I've got and currently have many different types of skulls. All shapes and sizes. Big, small, just like what kind of skulls are you talking about?
The kind that used to house sentient thought.
Oh my gosh.
Not so much sentient, unfortunately.
Oh, wasted expedition then. I'm going to grab a drink. You,
I'm gonna yell from the bar.
I'll agree to a drink, though.
Yell from the bar. Size doesn't matter, Azumin. Size doesn't matter.
Can they even see Cleo over the bar?
That's rude.
she's on a bar stool that she took. It took some work to get up there.
I got
I mean, it's kind of hard to ignore a pink teeth
it.
leaf.
Yeah?
Especially when it's got a mouth on it.
And she says size
that's
doesn't
fair.
matter. There's a couple of guys in the bar going, "Yeah, here." Just kind of
Meanwhile, like me and Lord Biswa is like, yeah, the ones who are small say that.
the shaking Bollywog in the corner.
It's okay, little guy. It's fine.
No.
Alright, so go and grab a drink. Freaking grab one for Sparkle Fingers.
All right, I got one.
Not how you pronounce Azumin.
Close enough. It's fine.
It's very well.
Isn't that the definition?
As
my
a
nickname.
Sparkle Fingers.
No, the definition of Azumin. Isn't it just sparkle fingers? Isn't that what it means?
I mean, fingers are sparkly whenever we're in combat. But then there's sometimes a boom. I don't know. I'm usually busy trying to get hit.
Bada boom. Big bada boom.
Yeah, I'll take it as a compliment.
I mean, I can't make my fingers sparkle.
I shall.
As you guys enjoy your drinks, the door to the tavern kicks open, and in comes a half-orc male, and he's like, "Someone has kidnapped my wife, my bride-to-be!" You see the half-orc on the dance floor. "You found me, honey!" All the bridesmaids, "Yeah, you found her!" And he's like, "What is happening?" And she's like, It's a wedding tradition, babe. We pretended I was kidnapped and you found me. Yay, have a drink."
That's fucked up, woman.
He comes over, "But I thought you had taken my wife." She goes, "Who could take me?" She's like a 7-foot buff ass
Right.
woman. And
Like,
she's
you said it!
He's like, "Only you, but you still came to save me, my dear. How sweet." He said, "Of course, my love." And then you just see these two giant half-orcs just fucking eating face in the middle of the, and they're just in their,
Just smile and
pure
wave,
love.
boys. Just smile and wave.
Then you guys, Azumin notices the bullywog tentatively moving towards the Dragonborn, slowly but surely, kind of like getting closer and kind of wanting to talk, but very much seeming like he's like not wanting to, but he does want to,
Okay.
like very clearly.
I think I'll go talk to him.
Okay, absolutely. And he's just kind of shaking, and he looks at you coming, and he's like, "Hi, hi.
Oh no, I don't even give him a chance. So I've had one beer in me,
Okay.
considering that I am as thin as a rail, and my constitution is. I'm lucky it's not negative. Yeah, I'm just going to sit down next to him and be like,
As fuck.
hey, buddy, what's up?
Someone go get sparkle fingers.
In other words, I'm you-know-what faced.
Yeah. Hi, sir.
Oh, it's Azumin, actually.
Hello, Mr. Azumin.
Sparkle fingers.
Would you like a drink?
I couldn't. Not at the moment.
Are you like physiologically unable?
No, I can. I shouldn't. I'm technically
Okay.
on a mission. I'm not sure if I can do it.
Do it.
He just notices you're laughing. He's just kind of like, he's like a little bit more scared. Like he's just kind of like freaking out.
So I told you my name, but I don't think I got your name. What's your name?
My name is Frogbert.
Frogbert. Nice
Yes.
to meet you, Frogbert. I'm
Hello.
Azumin.
Hello.
No, what? Sorry.
Said that twice.
Silly.
Hello again, Azumin. I must talk to that Dragonborn, but
Oh yeah, I saw that guy over there. What's his name?
he's a hireling. He has a
Hireling is a really funny name. I don't believe I've heard that in any tongue before. That's fascinating.
He has a bunch of friends. I need their help, and I didn't know he was a Dragonborn, and I'm really nervous about talking to Dragonborns.
Don't be nervous. Honestly,
They've taken over my homeland.
You know what
and
works-
So I don't really know which ones can be trusted and what can't, because every time I see a Dragonborn, from where I came from, they had a sword pointed at my throat. So I'm a little nervous.
hey. That's a really deep Frogbert. And I will like do this to Frogbert.
Okay.
Just lean
Kinda
in,
like-
whisper, and like, hey,
Yeah.
you need protection.
He's like not even moving.
You
He just,
see
like-
that guy
like,
over
when you
there?
pulled him
And
in-
I'll point to Lord Biswa.
Just real quick, when you pulled him in, he literally just went like, like, he wasn't like embracing. He just like went with it. He just like, and so as you're like, hey, listen. You're like, he's like, okay.
You see that guy over there?
Yeah.
Lord Biswa.
What?
Okay, that big dude, Lord Biswa.
The tallest dude in here.
Right.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Why is she yelling at me?
And And you see that dude over there in the Minotaur?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're all good friends.
Oh, okay.
So
I don't have.
You forgot me.
I don't,
Hello.
I'm sorry, you're just like easy to
She's
overlook
scared,
because you're so
dude.
short. So short. I'm sorry. I'm not being sizist. I swear, it's just like literally. You're so easy to overlook. We got your back.
Please tell me she isn't part of your team.
Hi.
Oh no, I think is she part of your team?
Well, yes.
I'm gonna go on his other side and be like, hi.
So Frogbert asked me not to tell him, so I will not.
A lady can
polite.
speak for herself, thank you.
Exactly. Oh, Lord, what have I got myself into?
And just so you're
But-
5'1", you're about as tall as Frogbert. Just so he's
So it's
He's
fine.
5 foot. So you're just like coming up. He's like, oh hello.
Hi.
This like slightly taller elf just like has him in his embrace. He's just like very nervous.
Right.
He's very strange.
I just want to make it known that I'm not really as drunk as I seem.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
You
And
seem
also-
pretty drunk.
Yes. 'Twas all part of the act.
Oh, good. You're an actor, I see.
Sure.
Okay.
We can go with that.
Okay.
It's like we can work with that. No. Look. If you need backup, you let us know.
Okay. I think I might need a little help talking to him. He's, again, I don't know what Dragonborn are nice or not.
Okay, I can help. I walk up to him, tap on his shoulder. Hello, sir.
The Dragonborn. He's just munching away at his food. And he looks-
Excuse me.
Wait, Frogbert or the Dragonborn?
The Dragonborn.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah, man.
Hi.
Like, hey,
Not
man,
a
how's
man.
it going?
This gentleman over here, his name is Frogbert. He would like some help.
Oh, hi there, Frog Dude. Like, how's it going, man?
Are you a nice Dragonborn?
I try to be, man.
Okay. I think he's good.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
He's a good Dragonborn.
Oh, thanks, man.
Have a piece of that. Take whatever's eating. Thanks.
Sure. I like you. You know what you like, man.
Whereas over here just freaking like jamming out. They're over there just like, hey!
Just harassing the locals, and we're blending, we're drinking, we've been around for a while.
You guys are partying.
They're the fucking tourists.
No.
Anyway,
I'm the
what's
tourist.
your name, sir? I'm sorry, I didn't ask.
My name is let me double check.
Know your name? What is your name?
He picks a plate.
My name is Plate. No. He goes, my name is Stags.
Stags, that's pretty dope. Alright, Stags, this is Frogbert. He needs some help.
Oh, hi, Frogman. What do you need help with, little dude? And he just, the frog is just shakingly, he's like, I have a, well, I hear you and your friends. He's like, yeah. Yeah, my Clue Crew. Yeah, what about them? Well, there's, I hear you have a specialty in, the supernatural. Kind of, man. Yeah. What could do you have a problem with like a ghost or something, Matt? Well, yeah, kind of something like that. You see, there's a zombie-like dragonborn creature stalking my area, my home in Boggington. They're stalking Boggington, and they're just making a mess and destroying stuff in the evening. I thought I got away from them on Drakir, but I don't know if they followed me or if this is just happening on more than one place, or if it has something to do with me. I don't know. And he just, the Dragonborn just smiles like, it's alright, man. In my experience, it's usually not really like a ghost or a ghoul or something, but just a dude in a costume, you know? Just trying to get people to spook some already. And you hear the dog just go, sorry, man, that's my dog. That's his bark. His grandpa was a hyena. You hear the dog again.
That's a pretty big hyena.
Well, his grandpa was a hyena. Grandma was a mastiff, and then just more mastiffs. And he's a big boy. He just kind of pats his back.
Yeah, he is.
He's my friend.
He's my friend.
I'm just in this corner while you're talking, petting the dog.
And he you see the Dragonborn looks at the Stags looks at his dog, and he goes what about it, Shuby? You wanna you ready? he's like you know you got he goes, do you think we should take the case? And then you see the dog goes, Rrr! He goes, all right, man, let's do it then. And so he goes, all right, well, I can take you to meet the rest of my Clue crew, and we can go ahead and get the investigation going, man. And then so he takes you guys outside the tavern. You bought what did I say? Frogbird.
Frogbird.
Frogbird. I gotta remember these names, man. No.
What are y'all sticks?
So you guys, he takes you guys and Frogbird outside, and you know, at this bulletin board, you guys see 3 people standing there, and he goes, "Hey guys!" And they turn around, and you see a purple Triton, a purple Triton female, a woman. She's pretty thin. She has
more color in
long,
this game.
Yeah, buddy.
She has long hair. Tritons are essentially almost like mermaids, only they have legs instead of fishtails. So they're part like aquatic. You know, they partially aquatic. They can go swim really well, go in the water and everything like that. She has a trident on her, on like a sheath in her back, or sheath on her back kind of thing. Beautiful woman. And next to her is a blonde Azimir. He essentially looks human, only he's like the most beautiful human you've ever gazed upon. And he's blonde with like his hair kind of combed over to the side.
I'm gonna stick with you.
Really, really nicely combed over. And then we have a orange tabaxi woman with glasses on, and she.
I guess he likes orange.
It was definitely the orange color, not the cat girl bit.
Nah.
Oh, yes, of course.
Wait, is her name Tabby?
Her name is
Reed. Her name is what?
She introduces the tabaxi woman. Introduces herself first. She says hello. She says, "Hi, my name's Vels." The purple Trident woman introduces herself. She said she does introduce herself as Daff, and then the Azimir blonde introduces himself as Fratty.
Nice.
Nice.
Totally original story, guys.
Got it.
Completely 100%.
Totally original.
No inspiration needed.
Nah. All came right on my noggin.
What can I say? That bell. Wow.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I think making
Too much testosterone in this house.
Yeah.
I think making Velma Catgirl has awoken something and some things in our viewers, perhaps, and I apologize if it has.
I am not apologizing. I do not apologize.
I don't apologize. So yeah, they
Sorry for past trauma.
they introduce themselves, and the Dragonborn kind of lets them know the situation, and the.
Oh, now I get it. Okay. No, with the food. I get it now with the food.
I don't know what you're talking about. Summer's a completely original character.
It's like this, like tick, 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 tick.
Dial-up internet.
For real.
The Stubby bites.
See the old school, like,
Stop
what
before
is
we
it, that little, like, circle from the old Microsoft, old Apple computers?
For sure.
And just kind of going in the middle of her head, just like...
Loading.
like they're just circling in her eyes. The Dragonborn lets them know the situation, and then he goes and he asks you guys. He goes, "Well, what do you guys think we should do, man? You know? Yeah, what do you guys have?"
I'm gonna stick with the blonde dude.
I got one question.
Of course.
Have we exited the bar? I mean,
everybody's all
okay, so
Everyone just
we
followed
paid
him.
attention to
Yeah,
that.
they dragged you guys out. They let
Alright.
you guys know that somebody needed a
Since you're too tall, I'm just gonna pull out your finger. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining like her coming and getting us and like just like come on, come with me, and we're just like what?
Yeah, right. She grabs us each by a finger. And we're just like, but my beer.
She's like
If I promise you more beer, can we go?
I'm just imagining like this
Good.
tiny pink tiefling going up to these giants and he's like, come here, and like grabbing a finger each, and we're just like,
Just walks
huh?
away.
Grabbing a finger and be like,
And I'm just like, why does everybody volunteer me for things?
Just like maybe she's leading us to a fight.
Oh. Well, now, let's go.
I've also got good
Where-
ladies. Let's go.
Just like scoop her up, like where are we going?
Yeah, exactly. Scoop her up, and I'm just like, let's go.
still holding on to you guys' fingers. And you scoop her up, she's still holding on to your finger, and then she's still got his finger like this. She's like, come on!
that's why
There
I'm
will
doing
be
this.
blood.
That's why I'm doing this.
She's on the way out.
And most certainly there is going to be a fight.
All right.
On that you can bet.
Beer and ladies.
I've run the calculations.
Oh, well, okay.
That's how you get the beer and ladies.
Friday looks at you guys.
There's an orange cat woman over here.
Okay.
And a pretty blonde dude. Oh.
The
Good statistician plays both sides of the field.
Absolutely.
All about inclusivity.
Absolutely.
The Azimir looks at you guys and he's like, we usually set traps for the ghouls and goblins. He says with air quotes, and he goes, we usually set traps for these things, and then we unmask it, and and it might be Mr. Jenkins from down the way, and so usually usually it's somebody who has something to do with wanting people out and wanting a bunch of land for themselves. So I mean, I'm gonna assume it's that, but we can go and check what this ghoul is. And then, like the bullywog is like very much like freaking out and just like kind of like looking dismayed at this like kind of like.
I'm gonna put my armor on him. It's okay.
Alright.
We're like the same
Me
height.
too.
It's okay.
And then I'm going to be like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the Dragonborn pats his head and he's like, "It's all right, man. It might really be a zombie. It might really be like some kind of zombie thing, man. It's all good,
Bullshit. I'm sorry, you were saying?
Can you take us, little Bollywog man? Can you take us to the last place you saw this thing?" I was like, "Oh, sure, man. It was in Boggington in our little neighborhood of in the marshlands. If you guys want to come with us, and I'll show you, and you can do whatever you want to do. I just want to make sure it doesn't come back. Like I said, I thought I got I thought I got away from them on Drakir. They're all over the place in Drakir, but I thought I don't know if I brought one with me or if they followed me or what happened, but I'm very terrified.
Drakir, you say?
There you go. They look at him. They go. Interesting. And so you guys go ahead and follow him to Boggington. Do you guys want to do anything as you get there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Very ominous of you.
It's always concerning when the researcher goes, yeah.
Alright.
I agree.
Writes down.
Knowing what I know about Drakir, would you allow me to make an investigation into Frogbird's claims?
Sure.
Okay.
What are you
See
trying
what
to
I can
investigate
find out.
exactly? Like what exactly are you trying to suss?
Wouldn't that be more insight?
Yeah, probably insight on what he's saying, but
Because investigation is
Depends
like
on-
more of like, picking up a box and seeing,
seeing what.
Around
trying to
it.
find like a
That's fair.
secret opening in the
So it'd
box.
be probably more insight. But like, what exactly
Okay.
are you trying to get insight on? Like, if he's telling like the truth or.
No. Trying to parse out any logical explanation for his highly illogical story.
Okay. Okay.
You cast sparkles from your fingers. And you're worried about the validity of a undead dragonborn? Like, okay.
Yeah. It's like, why was he here in the first place?
Go for it.
Oh. I may be sparkle fingers, but at the same time, I don't believe in any god. So,
Heathen!
No, it's fair.
So you
He
said-
is totally valid.
so explain that. Oh, that's an 8.
You totally buy everything he's saying. In fact, you buy it so much you kind of get a little worried that you're gonna turn in like if it really is a zombie going on like traditional zombie motifs, you're a little afraid that you're gonna get bitten and turned into a zombie of some kind. That's how much you believe his story.
You believe it so hard you're ready to post about it on Facebook.
Like we are about to go on a hunt.
You believe it so hard you're gonna share some outrageous shit on Facebook about it.
Out everybody.
Wait, Facebook exists?
You're gonna want to
So
chisel it
meta.
on a wall somewhere.
Start shouting it from an apple box.
Yeah. So does anybody, as you guys get to Boggington and he gets you guys to the area, you guys can see the obvious right off the bat. There's a lot of broken stuff, a lot of crates thrown about. It's a small little area in the marshlands. You guys can feel, the wet ground as you guys, you hear as you guys walk in this like wetland area. There's, it's a small little like neighborhood. It's like six little houses, kind of like big enough for a small family of frog
4.
people. So they don't really need too much frogs, and there's like one family of the tortoise folk, and they're all just kind of, like I said, it's just a small little neighborhood, a small little community. Like I said, you see the obvious, just like boxes, crates just smashed. You see claw marks in places, windows broken, things like that. Do you guys want to do make any kind of like deeper looks?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
Alright. Look around. Handle things physically.
Yes.
Make an investigation.
Do an actual
roll.
investigation roll, yes.
Thank you. Will do. I don't know how well.
You Anybody can make an investigation roll. if they want to.
Holy shit.
I mean,
I rolled
Sure.
a 19.
I rolled a 24.
Holy shit.
Total.
Well, okay, so then I got 20 because that's intelligence, right?
Yeah.
Investigation.
Yes.
Okay.
All
Or do I
right,
not
yeah,
get a
you
bonus to
guys notice. You guys notice definitely. The crates that are broken are specifically crates that housed round objects. So like crates of like round vegetables, cabbages, lettuces, things like that.
Cabbages.
My cabbages. Yeah, just things like that. Nothing. Frogbird tells you that. Frogbird tells you that nothing was taken. Nothing was taken, but a lot of things were broken, smashed
Curious.
about. You guys notice. So you both notice some footprints in the marsh and around the broken stuff. You guys notice that the footprints look directionless but purposeful. You know what I mean? Like it went in it went in a direction for a reason, but the directions are kind of random. So you could tell that it walked in a specific direction, but that it's just like it kind of like was random directions. It didn't. It was just kind of like all over the place.
Shambling and grabbing and things.
Meandering.
And you, Azumin, you notice specifically that the footprints aren't quite as deep as your guys' footprints. Like when you guys step down, you notice that your foot goes in pretty far down, down into this mud. But the footprints you see are lighter, so almost practically invisible if you weren't looking very, very closely, and almost impossible to tell that they you guys notice the prints like so well, because you guys are used to this kind of stuff, used to fighting. You're a very inquisitive person, eye for detail, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But almost anybody else would have missed these tracks. That's how light in the mud that they are. You guys notice that a lot of that the marks on the doors and stuff like that, they're trying to get in, but no one was hurt. Nothing was taken. There wasn't any forced entry into any homes, although the doors, you notice that the doors were seem unlocked. When you get there, people, in fact, you open one of the doors and there's a family of Bullywog just like they stare at the door. They're like, hey, what are you doing? And they're like, oh,
hey,
like,
what are you doing?
Like, we're living, dude.
Aren't we all?
The fuck, get out of my house, dude. See, Frogbert, sorry. He's helping investigate the dragonborn thing that was coming through. And they go, oh, okay. We're sorry.
No, it's okay.
We all make mistakes.
Yeah, we all make. So you notice that their doors are definitely unlocked. They're very trusting folk. This is like a very kind of somewhat isolated area now.
I see. Now that's a problem.
But the scratches were made. You know what I mean? Like they were wanting to get in, but they could have
just walked through the door.
easily gotten in, but they didn't. They were just scratching at it. Nobody was really hurt. Just freaked out, and a lot of shit broken, a lot of stuff broken.
Okay. This is a shakeup.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what you guys notice. And then, the Clue crew also take
Forgot these
note
guys
of,
were here.
Yeah, they forgot they were here. They also take note of some of those things as well.
You forgot about Sparklehead?
That's my head now?
Come on, dude!
I know.
You only wish.
You only wish you were Sparklehead.
I don't deal with wishes.
At least not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, not yet, no.
I'm definitely gonna like point out the tracks, and I'm gonna be like, trying to follow them and figure out what direction they're going, and eventually where they head once they leave the area, because they're obviously not around at the moment.
You notice that the tracks don't seem to start they seem to essentially originate from the middle of this little village, and the last track you walk upon, there's nothing further. Like, there's no direction where they walked away from. It's like they just were in the middle of the village, and then once they were done doing whatever, they just vanished.
Disappeared.
Disappeared.
They disappeared.
Disappeared.
Disappeared, yeah.
What's above the footprints?
Fragile.
What's above the footprints? Are there like any tree branches or anything?
What do you mean?
I guess what I'm asking is, do I see any like rope marks in any branches above the footprints?
Nice thinking, but no.
Mm-hmm.
Nice thinking, but no. Yeah.
No, good idea. Would have been great if I added it, but.
Go ahead and give me, if you want to give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
I roll a d20.
Alright.
What would you say? +4?
Yep. 12.
Nice. You definitely feel residual magic in those two places, in the center of the village and where like the last track, the last set of footprints that you find. You feel residual magic from those areas for sure. You can't quite tell what that magic is, but there's definitely some spell casting happening here.
Something funny going on here.
Yeah, something fishy in the neighborhood, sir.
That don't sound good.
No. Freddy looks at you guys and he goes, well, crew, do you want to set up a trap, or how do you guys handle spooks and ghouls and such?
You just fight them and kill them.
I usually hit them.
Well,
Try and take their head off.
oh.
Shove a horde down their throat.
You don't try to
Cut off their boobs if they're women.
True story.
Yeah,
that happened.
Yep.
That is the thing that happened.
Sounds
That-
effective.
That was all you.
You see Daphne and Val's just kind of
Totally mutilate.
You see Daphne and Val's just
Mutilate.
kind of cross their arms and it's like,
You guys are fine.
oh, interesting.
If my crew likes you, you're fine.
Yeah, like I said before, double D cups to decaf.
He goes, well, we usually try to
Double D's to
unmask
1D.
them because, like I said, when we deal with these people, they're usually people, not actual ghosts. So we try not to kill anybody if we can help it.
Why?
But if
People
they
are
made a bad
robbing.
choice, kill them.
Especially corpses.
There's a justice system.
Murder.
Oh.
KO.
I guess we can we, okay. Freddy's trying to like compute all this. He's just like, okay. I guess we could try it your way. Just in case. Can we try to unmask him at some?
Okay, how about we try
Can
to
we-
trap,
Yes, we can.
see, and then proceed to kill if needed. Kill if needed. PRN killing.
Okay. per need. Okay. Sure.
Assuming that we can. I'm down for that.
Okay. Fantastic.
It'd be good to do some observation, but what I usually do.
I'm glad that we can come to a compromise and not try to kill people.
At least not right away.
Friday laughs with you like, oh no. Like, you were worried. So he you guys go ahead. What kind of trap do you guys want to try and set up for this thing? What exactly are y'all thinking?
Net.
So, hear me out. Chicken feathers, hot tar.
I think you roll down the hill first.
It's just so crazy. No, it's just so crazy. But go on.
I'm thinking bear trap, something to catch him by the ankle.
Yeah, keep it simple.
Yeah.
Keep it
Let them
simple,
bleed
stupid.
out.
And effective.
When in
Assuming
doubt, kiss.
that they can.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bear traps. Lightly
I say
cover them up.
snare trap.
Okay.
Hooked up to a
We
really
have,
big
We have
rock.
plenty of rope. We have plenty of rope. Like, I'm sure we can find a branch big enough. Like, I have the know-how. Like, if you want me to roll a survival check, I'm more than happy to.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm
do
going
that too.
to. I'd like to roll a perception check to find the biggest rock I can find, and I would like to roll a strength check to pick up the biggest rock I can find.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll the
Red perception. Well, it's blue for strength.
for sure. Oh wow, you definitely pick it up. Yeah, I'll say you definitely find that. You find a pretty decent sized boulder. I'd say about this long, this big, or this wide.
Are you talking about Lord Biswa?
Lord Biswa?
Like his arm
I mean,
length,
not
or
like
like
all the way out extended, but like, big old rock.
Yeah,
This big from the ground. Like this. They'll say this is the ground. We'll say it's like to the ceiling. You know what I mean? So it's like a decent, hefty, big boy.
Yeah.
And
Make
with
a
that
great counterweight.
and with that strength roll, you definitely just
Paper.
hefting that big boy.
Counterweight.
Like it's like you're just sorry.
Counterweight.
Just I just like come walking over. Sparkle fingers, I found you. Part of the trap.
Set it down anywhere that's not on top of me.
or me.
Just as I'm like, oh, there you are.
Should I wear a belt or something at this point?
Gags. Or my dog, man.
Save the animals.
Watch out for
I wanted to
Shuby,
preface
man.
that with the that's impressive. Because goddamn.
Go ahead and go ahead and give me a roll. So we'll see how well set up this thing is. Anybody can give me a roll. I'll take anybody's d20. We'll go survival for snare trap.
Yeah, we're good.
I got 15
I
plus.
got an 18 altogether.
Nice.
What do I? Survival.
I
got
11.
19.
Nice.
Nice.
You guys definitely build a very nice trap. Very nice snare trap.
Hell yeah, team.
With the mother of all
That was
counterweights.
the biggest counterweight in the world.
It's like with our efforts combined.
Yeah. Where in the village would you guys like to place it?
In the middle.
Okay, in the middle of the village.
Yeah, where
The
you
footprint
spawned.
started on the middle.
Yeah.
For sure. You guys go ahead and set up the snare trap in the middle of the forest, or in the middle of the village. You guys, I assume, lay in wait for this thing to come.
I mean, I'm just imagining like freaking something stepping on a snare trap now turned freaking catapult. But then they're also tied off, so it's just.
Flap, 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 flap.
Yep.
Nice. I like it. Oh man.
It's gonna be tomorrow in the morning.
So yeah, you guys wait. You guys wait and cover until nightfall. Because Frogberg said that came last night. Oh, the cat.
I just heard like popping and scratching.
Yeah,
What?
the cat is using her little scratching post.
I thought now it was freaking crackling or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Fire.
You guys see this not really a blinding light, but just this little bit of light, and all of a sudden this decaying dragonborn stands in the middle of the village. It's a black dragonborn, black scales. It's got a good chunk of its flesh off, so you just see like bone, like some of its skull, like its eye socket. It's like got clear eye sockets, or a clear eye socket, and then just like a black pupiled eye in the other one. And it's just looking like decayed. It's got like raggedy, ragged clothes and tattered clothes and stuff. They definitely look old and mildewy. And as he appears in the middle of the village, you guys hear the snap of the rope and just kind of grasp his ankle, and then you just hear the giant of the boulder, a counterweight, just skyrocketing him into the air. And he just kind of comes up and then comes back down like he's doing a bungee you just hear
That's a realms first.
and so it's just kind of hanging there. It's just kind of hanging there now, by its feet. What do you guys do now?
Want to try to mask the motherfucker now?
Clue crew.
You can do your part of it, I guess.
Freddy goes,
I've already got my axe now. I'm like, I'm ready to kill it.
Yeah.
Kill it with fire.
Just we're just like caressing our weapons. Soon, my love. The crew's like Logan's just like, we brought a couple of murderers.
Val's especially looking scared.
Or should I say, absence only makes the blood less better.
Blood less richer, yes.
Yes, there we go.
You see the Clue crew runs up to this dragonborn creature. You guys notice that the dragonborn, it's not necessarily saying anything or making any noises. It's just looking blankly ahead and just kind of mouthing.
That's not creepy.
Silently mouthing just something. Just silently mouthing it as they run up to it, and they're like, all right, we're finally gonna get you, who are you under this mask? And they grab a piece of its flesh, and as they go to rip off the mask, they actually pull off some more skin and some scaly skin, and you guys see this like sticky, like bloody, like congealed sticky, kind of
gooey.
Like gooiness come off of it a little bit.
You were saying.
Freddy's just looks at the flesh in his hand. He's like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" And the dragonborn creature just kind of continues to stare blankly.
Don't let it bite you. Saw this coming from 0.619 clicks.
You see them. You see them as they rip it off, and Freddy yells, "He's real! Oh god, I think he's real!" They all turn around and they start to like run, but they can't quite get their footing, so they're kind of running, kind of like making some mud, and then they eventually get their footing and zoom
Val,
out.
I'll keep you safe.
You just hear her in response, she's like, and she's just running, just like doing like the cat sideways, like scooch off.
Pussy.
They take off freaked out. And this creature, you see it it basically phases through the rope, and it phases through, starts to like fall down, and it corrects itself midair and lands on its feet and just stares blankly at you guys. mouthing something.
So there's no sound.
Nope.
No sound, but it's
Maybe
mouthing
maybe
something.
like occasional.
You guys.
I do speak Draconic.
You do speak Draconic.
So do
Yes,
I.
I do.
Yeah.
But
So, yeah, you guys.
probably got nothing much to say.
Brains.
Yes, you guys speak Draconic.
Nothing
So
more
you
of
guys.
intelligence than that.
You guys can tell that he's mouthing. You can tell that he's mouthing. Return to death, but he's saying that in Draconic. But he's just mouthing it. He's not really saying it. It's just, and it's over and over and over and over again. Return to death. Return to death.
I'll relay this to the group. Alright.
And it's just staring blankly down at you guys. It's
I think he wants to die again.
Lord Biswa. Like I said,
it's gonna take out its mace. Its giant mace, or not giant mace, but it's gonna take out its mace, and it's gonna strike the ground with doing a tremendous strike. I'm gonna need you guys, everybody, to make a DC 25 strength saving throw.
Whoa.
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 Yeah.
How do we do that?
The D20.
Okay.
25. Strength saving throw.
So that's
Yeah, they
actually
got
a 26 if I roll a nat 20.
it's impossible for me.
I mean, I did 20.
I got 19.
Cool, Mister. I don't
No,
have a
yeah,
negative for
19.
my strength.
Do you want to give it a try?
Wait a minute.
You
No,
can
that's-
forego the roll if
I
you
mean,
feel
like the
you-
highest
I
I
mean-
could possibly
Wait
get
a
is a
minute.
19.
If
So.
you get a nat 20, isn't that like plus 10?
Yeah, we're not gonna count any negatives against on a nat 20. So
Yeah.
if you guys roll a nat 20 and like you have like a -2, that's fucked. You guys, you're gonna get your nat 20.
5% chance.
If you can get a nat 20, my God, we're gonna go with it.
So close.
Oh no.
18. So
Oh, no.
17. It was worth a shot.
All right, so
And it was nice knowing y'all.
Yeah. Who are you talking about? I got a 4.
so
He's just salty because we launched him into orbit.
You think?
it may be ugly, but it's not stupid. No.
Actually, if he was salty, at least he'd be preserved.
Right? Yeah.
Pickled
I wouldn't
dragonborn,
eat it,
anybody?
I would touch it, but the science is out.
What does it taste like?
Ooh.
Pickled
Ew.
dragonborn.
Well, there's a piece of
Parasite.
flesh. Fratty dropped a piece of flesh on the ground. Whenever you later, if you want. So
It's not pickled, it's
yes.
gooified.
So this thing, this dragonborn
Zombie thing.
zombie, fleshy thing, uses its mace and strikes the ground down as hard as it can. You all not fall to the ground prone. You can't get up, and it continues to stare at you blankly, mouthing "return." It mouths one more time, "return to death," and then you see the light envelop it again, and it disappears.
What the fuck?
Yep. Yeah, that's got me saying, what the fuck?
So you guys have a piece of flesh on the ground. If you want.
All
It's
right.
not quite dragon scaly. It's a little. It's not quite like when if you pick it up, it's not quite like all goo, but it's not as hard as like typical dragon skin.
Well, what do you think would serve me better for checking it out up close? Insight or investigation?
Either
Or
one, probably.
nature.
Investigation,
Probably
Yeah.
investigation since it's a
because
physical
you're
thing.
not going to gain insight from
Yeah.
something
It's
that doesn't
flesh.
speak.
It's flesh. That's your
That's a
insight.
good point. That's a good way of thinking about it.
It's not
All right.
super gooey.
I mean, I've been a DM for a while.
I can do nature too, but alright, investigation. Wait. 6, so 14.
14. You look at it. You get up close to the piece of flesh, and you notice that the bit of flesh that is the gooey bit that's like laying on the floor, like the scaly parts facing you, it seems to be corroding like the area around it, like it's like acid, like acidically kind of corroding, like it's kind of like actively burning and like melting.
Good to know.
Stuff.
Nobody touch it. Back away.
Not the scaly part when
Right.
So,
But
just
it's
like the gooey flesh.
The juicy bits.
The
Right.
juicy bits. Right.
But it's
Not the
either
fleshy bits, but the juicy bits.
I'm sure my character can figure out it's either a very strong base or a very strong acid. And I'm going with base because that's
Well, is
scary.
it bitter or is it sour?
Right.
Ew.
Why don't you go find out for us?
Lose the tongue.
Yeah.
Just like it's teeth start falling out.
I think it's out, guys. I think.
So Frogbird kind of comes up to you guys. He's like, "Holy crap, guys! What do you make of it? And did you kill it?
It seems legit.
Is it dead now? Is it gonna come back?
Yeah.
I mean, did we kill it? No. Is it dead? Probably.
But it's not. It's dead, but like not dead. You know.
Not dead enough.
Right.
Yeah. It's dead, but not dead. It wants to be dead again.
Right.
But it's just not quite dead.
It's not quite.
It's
Yeah.
just only mostly
dead.
dead.
Meh.
It didn't act very different than the ones on Drakir. It kind of just did the same thing that they all do. It just destroyed stuff and scared the crap out of people. And I mean, it attacked you guys. It attacks anything that tries to, like we've on Drakir we try to get rid of them, but they, as you guys can see, they're very strong.
I don't think they're that strong. I think they're holding back. I think what they want, at least I posit, that they just want to sleep. They want to be fully dead.
Then I'll grant that wish. Let's get this on.
Yes.
Okay.
We just need to find a way around getting knocked prone.
Yeah.
Don't remind me.
I mean, holy crap, 25! Like when both the frontline fighters hear a saving throw and go, "Oh!"
Yeah, right.
And when Mr. Smarty Pants over here rolls an 18 and still. Yeah, no. I mean, I have mold of earth. I could make it a grave right quick. Just take 2 turns.
Like, there you go. Sleep.
Sleep. Night night.
Or wait. Earlier, was it levitating?
No, it was fully standing on the ground.
Okay.
I mean, it was only levitating for a
slow.
small because we launched it into orbit.
He went to the moon and back.
I just wasn't sure because it sounded like it just like ever so gradually descended from the snare and then just like went.
Yeah, when he came out, when he kind of like, I guess, phased through the snare, he essentially, as he was falling, he kind of turned himself around and then just kind of landed. Like, not even like superhero landed, like he just landed fully like legs straight on the freaking ground. Like he was just like, no F's given.
And used his momentum.
Yeah, and then just clubbed the ever-loving crap out of the ground.
Yeah.
And so with that, I think we're going to go ahead and end it here. So that was the first episode of our little adventure of the Heck Flame Club. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I know you guys have a lot of entertainment options, and we appreciate you choosing us. We will do this every Monday. We're hopefully at 7 p.m. every Monday. If you guys don't catch it here on Twitch, you guys can see it on YouTube on Tuesdays. and check in for anything else we have coming up in the future. Thank you so much. Follow on Twitch, like and subscribe on Facebook, and join the club. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.